Hi guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be updating you on some more current series. I've just been reading a couple of current reports of what's going on, and a few more things as updated as usual, as I've just updated you about the Paul Pogba situation. This is now regarding Alexis Sanchez, and we are going to discuss more about a few other players as well as that. This is now regarding Alexis Sanchez, obviously. Apparently now with Real Madrid, we know they have had a lacklustre start to their campaign. I think they're sitting 7th at the moment in La Liga. Barcelona are top of the league. But apparently now I was surprised at Real Madrid's August window. I think they only signed with 2 players, was it? 3 players of Real Madrid, but apparently now we know. I think Isco's signed a new deal there. I think Benzema signed a new deal before there. But apparently now Real Madrid are interested in signing Alexis Sanchez. Obviously it won't be till January if they go for the player, and they could potentially, if they were to go for him, get him for a reasonable fee. So apparently Real Madrid are interested in getting Alexis Sanchez. His deal is coming to an end. He's got under a year left on his contract. So too Ozil could still go in January or next summer for free. Even Sanchez could go for next summer for free. But Ozil's coming to the end of his deal. Sanchez coming to an end of his deal. And apparently Real Madrid are interested in maybe going for Alexis Sanchez. It's just confirmed. This is in the Daily Star. According to the Daily Star, apparently Florentino Perez, Real Madrid president, is keen on getting Sanchez in. Apparently Perez has approached the representatives, Sanchez's representatives, and apparently Perez and Sanchez's representatives are in discussions with getting Alexis Sanchez on the board. So apparently Real Madrid are interested in going for the player, but City, considering the amount of money they spent in the August window, City were disappointed that they didn't get Alexis Sanchez, but City, I think, will revive their interest in the player in January. City will go for Sanchez in January, and they could potentially get him for £20 million, Alexis Sanchez, because we know Sanchez, he quoted out earlier, he scored against Cologne the other night, I think that was his first appearance for Arsenal this season. Alexis Sanchez I think that was his first appearance this season, but he did clarify during the August window he wanted Champions League football. Bayern Munich had been interested, Paris Saint-Germain being interested, and Arsenal bought him from underneath as well in 2014, so he has been at the club. This is his 4th season in the process. Won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with Arsenal, and Pep Guardiola is keen on reuniting with the player after they were fantastic together at Barcelona. He wanted £400,000 a week, did Alexis Sanchez. Arsenal offered him £300,000, but I think Sanchez had turned this down because he was keen that he did want to make the move. Sanchez had discussions with Arsene Wenger, and Arsene Wenger was being ruthless, and he was basically reluctant to offload the current player, but Sanchez did want to make the move, and City in the process had come in with £50 million, got turned down. City had then come in with an improved offer of £60 million. This had initially been accepted, but obviously Arsenal were looking for a replacement for Alexis Sanchez if he was to currently go. He scored 24 goals for Arsenal last season as well, but he's coming to an end of his deal. Arsene Wenger did insist he was prepared to take that financial risk and let him see out his deal, and he'll become a free transfer next summer. But there will be teams going for him in January. They will get him for a reasonable fee especially. But Arsenal had lost out. They could have cashed in £50-60 million for the player. But from their perspective, they couldn't find a replacement, Arsenal. They generated a lot of money in the August window. Apparently now Real Madrid are keen on the player. But, if Sanchez does go to Madrid, which I can't see happening, because he has been at Barcelona before as well as Sanchez, I think Real Madrid did have to offload the play, for Sanchez, to get first-team football, similarly with the Mbappe situation when it looked as though they were going to offload Bale, and it looked as though Real Madrid were going to get Mbappe, but that had come to a conclusion. I did say with our pursuit, Manchester United's pursuit of Bale was all over, but PSG have obviously now got Mbappe, but with City will go for him in January. I do presume Alexis Sanchez. They'll go for the player in January, I suppose. and they'll probably put in £20 million. And I think as long as Arsenal can get that replacement, Arsenal board and Arsene Wenger will soften their stance regarding the player. But he did say he'd been happy in training, he'd been training fantastically well, and this is what Wenger quoted out before regarding Alexis Sanchez. But we will see what happens about that. So yeah, we'll see what happens about that. And obviously, Arsenal's target was in August. You know, we know it was Thomas Lemar who they'll go for in January. We know Draxler was mentioned as well. Julian Draxler. Apparently now Julian Draxler does want to make the move. The player that was about Schalke for 4 years, he risen up the ranks of Schalke. I think he was at Wolfsburg a couple of years, and then Paris Saint-Germain had currently signed the player. Can't remember how much for, was it £42 million? So he has only been at PSG as Julian Draxler since January, so they may not have been keen to offload the player. But we know PSG need to, well, we obviously know they've offloaded Serge Aurier, they've offloaded, who's the other player they offloaded? Serge Aurier and Danny, who else did offload, if I can remember now? They offloaded Serge Aurier. They offloaded someone else, did they? I might have forgot this. I actually might have forgot who the other player they offloaded PSG. I know they offloaded Serge Aurier, did PSG. But we know PSG, you know, looking to raise these funds, you know, to avoid financial fair play regulations. So potentially Julian Draxler has actually come out and he's quoted out that he's feeling unsettled with PSG. The player that was very, very good. He's very, very good with Germany, as he proven in the Confederations Cup. His crossing ability is fantastic as well as Julian Draxler's, and apparently Arsenal were interested in the player as well. His versatility is very, very good, but now they've got Mbappe, Cavani, Neymar in the mix. Maybe hard for him to get first team football week in, week out, but apparently I think he's clarified and he's insisted as the player that he does want to make the move to Barcelona. So potentially PSG could offload Julian Draxler in January to Barcelona, and there's other players named. Di Maria could get sanctioned off in January. This is according to the press, and so too could Lucas Moura as well, could get sanctioned off. So PSG can raise some funds for their purchase of the players that they've brought in, and they've invested a lot of money. You know, they've got Mbappe on loan. He's already hit form for PSG. You know, they've got Neymar, world record fee of £198 million. And they've got Mbappe on loan, but it's £166 million next summer. They are going to be paying for Mbappe. So so a lot of money they've invested in the window. So they do have to offload some players to PSG. And for Barcelona, Ousmane Dembele, who's been very impressive at the start of the campaign. I think on his debut now, as Ousmane Dembele has just suffered an injury for Barcelona in their game with Getafe, or whatever they call them. But he's linking up with Messi and he's linking up with Suarez as well. He's Ousmane Dembele. He's a good young age prospect, as he did prove it, you know, Borussia Dortmund. But yeah, he's currently just suffered an injury, so that is a bad blow to Barcelona. What else would I going to mention now? And as I did update you, you know, Arsenal, I think, will sanction Sanchez in January, or may let him go free next summer. In January, I think they'll let him go as long as Arsenal get that replacement. We know with the Lemar situation, he was keen on making a move throughout the August window. Arsenal had 2 bids, was it? Rejected 2 bids rejected from Monaco. Arsenal weren't meeting the valuation. They'd approached representatives, and then Wenger classified it as dead for Lemar. Man United had come in, and then Liverpool had come in right at the end of the window. They'd had 2 bids in the region rejected for him as well, in the process of putting a 3rd bid in. Even Arsene Wenger wanted to get the deal finalised, because he even went to Paris to probably secure a deal with Lemar. A £92 million bid had been put out, got accepted, but apparently the press were reporting that Lemar didn't, that he preferred the move to Liverpool, and he's a very, very impressive player for France. So I still think that's going to be Arsenal's main priority target if Sanchez is going January to get Lemar as a replace Sanchez. As well, he can play on the left, you know, he can play anywhere in the middle. And, you know, he's still got 3 years left on his deal with Monaco as Thomas Lemar. And we know, as I did report yesterday, the press were reporting about Juan Cuadrado. think it's Juan Cuadrado. Yeah, Juan Cuadrado from Juventus, as I did say, Arsene Wenger's keen on maybe bringing him in January, to come back to experience the Premier League, because he had been at Chelsea before this. Juan Cuadrado, I think he'd been at Chelsea. Yes, he had been at Chelsea. And he'd only been there for 6 months, but won, I think, Premier League with him, won League Cup with him as well. And, then went to Juventus on loan, and I think he's been at Juventus now 2-3 seasons, and, he's won quite a few honours with Juventus as well as this player. But he's a winger. He used to operate as a defensive mid, but he's now a winner. He's very, very good on the flank. He's attacking, he's aggressive, he's good in the air, he's tenacious, he's competitive. He's skillful, he's very, very good creative player, agile player. Very, very good creative, and he's very, very precise with the ball as well. He looks a promising he looks a promising player. Does Juan Cuadrado for Juventus, so Arsenal potentially, possibly targeted him as well, maybe as well. But yeah, Arsenal need to have plans for January. So as I did say, with Real Madrid, as I did also report on yesterday, was about David De Gea. Now, as I did name it, David De Gea, he's going to reject Real Madrid, because I think Florentino Perez is keen on getting De Gea, and I think they've been heavily into him, for the last couple of years, and I think Real Madrid are going to make a move next summer for David De Gea, as it did confirm, he's just bought a new pad as David De Gea, just round the corner from literally, his old mansion. He's currently put, it's on for sale, He's a Royal Mansion for about £3.85 million, but now he's moving to this new pad. This could significantly mean he's staying at Old Trafford, and he's going to snub Real Madrid off. The David De Gea, he's been at Old Trafford. He's been at Old Trafford 6 years. Risen up the ranks of Atletico Madrid. We bought him for £18.9 million. If Real Madrid even were to come knocking on the door, we'd be charging probably 3 times more than the £18.9 million we paid for him back in 2011. We probably at least want about 60-70 million, maybe including a Real Madrid player to go with it, whether it's Bale, whether it's Ronaldo, I do not know. But yeah, David De Gea, he's born in Madrid, he's got relatives in Madrid, his girlfriend's in Madrid. But Mourinho was convinced before that David De Gea was going to be staying at Old Trafford, as he did quote out before about David De Gea. But won honours with Atletico Madrid, and since being Old Trafford, he's won Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, and all that, and he's made over 2 century appearances now for the club as David De Gea. And we know since 2015, that Real Madrid have been interested in him. It looks as though they were going to get him in 2015, but it all come to a collapse due to some a fax machine or something like that. This is in the process. This is why it didn't currently happen. But yeah, he's just on all round a very, very good keeper, and he's done fantastically well this season. He's done ever good since he basically arrived at the club as David De Gea, and he's still potentially the world's best keeper in the world. But I can't see him going now, especially now David De Gea has bought a new pad. So we know Real Madrid are still interested, and I think they may go for they may come for David De Gea next summer. But it would be, even if we were to get rid of him, it would be hard to, even if we got a lot of money for him, it'd be still hard to find that replacement. We've got Sergio Romero as our number 2 as well in the process of this. But Man United are playing well so far. We're playing very, very well. We've got a 10+ goal difference. We've got 12 goals scored, only two goals conceded in the process in the league. So it's very, very good. Very, very, very good. Right there, I'm just going to have some of this cig. Well, you could say 15 goals Man United have scored. That's including the Champions League game the other night. But I think, Rashford's going to develop into his game, scoring his Premier League debut, Europa League debut, now his Champions League debut. His England debut as well. Just an absolutely phenomenal player is Marcus Rashford. Absolutely phenomenal. He's growing and developing into his game, is Marcus Rashford. And what a player he's been. He's scored 3 times now in 3 games. You've got Martial now who's going and developing into his game fantastically well for the Manchester United. Martial's doing significantly well for the club. I think he's come off the bench twice to score as well. Lukaku now with 5 goals now in all competitions. He's going to guarantee us 20-25 goals. Everyone said him and Rashford as a partnership would look fantastic together, as we have seen. But the 4-2-3-1 formations looking very, very decent at the moment. I think Bailey and Jones have complemented each other well, obviously, apart from the defensive errors against Stoke. I think, Matic looking very, very comfortable in the midfield. Mkhitaryan's playing well. He's quiet when he's off the pitch, but when he's on the pitch, he shows heart, he shows passion. He's good at teasing defenders. He's very, very good in the middle. He can plan them out about 30 in the middle. He's a good crosser of the ball as well as Mkhitaryan. He's good at setting up. He's good at linking up the play. He's good at creating, as we did see on Tuesday night. But too early to say who's going to win this title. It is too early because I still think Manchester United need a creative winner. It is a bit too early to say who's going to win this Premier League title at the moment, because we've got Manchester City now that are hitting form. I think they're now 3-0 up at Watford. They've got Aguero's got his name on the score sheet again, Gabriel Jesus again. They're the Lewis of Manchester City, as I did say. I'm going to be quite honest, and providing the amount of money they've spent, they should be doing well. We've spent a lot of money and we're doing well so far. We spent about 300 million two transfer windows with Jose Mourinho, but I still think Jose Mourinho, as I said, is a winner over Pep Guardiola. We've got Chelsea in the process that are playing very, very well. That's going to be a good game, Chelsea and Arsenal tomorrow. I do think Arsenal are going to win. Chelsea are going to win the game due to Arsenal invested a lot of money. They have got Lacazette in there. They have still got Sanchez, but they've beat Chelsea in the last couple of meetings. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea have had a couple of players sent off there, but Arsenal's record at Stamford Bridge is like Stamford Bridge to Arsenal's like a fortress, and it was a fortress, especially when Chelsea had Mourinho, and we struggled to get results there. But Arsenal haven't won there since 2011 when Robin van Persie scored that hat-trick, and Arsenal, I think, have got Coquelin out and Cazorla as well in the game. So that will be an interesting game. I think Man United Everton tomorrow. Everton have had a tough start to the season of Everton, so that's going to be very, very hard for Everton, because they've had a tough start and they haven't had a very, very good start of Everton. But the thing I'm looking forward to tomorrow is seeing Wayne Rooney. He's going to get a fantastic reception, and how much of a fantastic servant he was. Because we know how much of a fantastic servant Wayne Rooney was. What are you doing?
How much is charging for the pint of Carlsberg?
How much?
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
$3.30. What a wanker.
Anyway, he's been a fantastic servant. He was at Man United 13 years, won every single domestic cup, and it's going to be interesting to see him. He's going to get a fantastic reception tomorrow. He's and Everton spent a lot of money in the window, so I'm very, very surprised. The way they've started. Everton will be disappointed about that as well, as they did say with the Arsenal situation. They could still lose Ozil, who's a player that can provide assists. He does provide very, very good assists, does Ozil. I think since he's joined Arsenal in 2013, he's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons. And he's provided more assists, he's created more opportunities. Ozil, he did say, what did I say to you the other day? He's keen on reuniting with Jose Mourinho, and Man United could be convinced that they could offer him a new deal. He will become a free transfer next summer, will Ozil, as he's coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal. And Real Madrid, he won La Liga, Copa del Rey with Jose Mourinho, did Ozil, so he may be a big admirer of Jose Mourinho over Ozil, the player that's been at Schalke, Werder Bremen, so he was in Bundesliga for 5 years. What's Arsene Wenger's classified that Arsenal have, he did say Arsenal have not been in talks about signing Ozil a new deal since February. He has initially been demanding a higher wage in his package as Ozil as well. I think he's made 2 or 3 appearances so far this season for Arsenal, but apparently he did say Jose Mourinho were prepared to have discussions regarding Ozil and a few other teams just before the end of the winter. Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund had been interested in getting Ozil, and Arsenal had bought him for £45 million from Real Madrid. That's the highest paid Arsenal paid. It was the highest fee that Arsenal paid for a German player as well, but he's creative, he's good in the air, he's an attacking midfielder. His record against the big teams isn't that very good, if I am going to be quite honest with you guys. He's music Ozils, but we will see what happens about the situation regarding that. But he did say out that he was keen on reuniting with Jose Mourinho, Music Ozil, in the process of it as well. And I updated you just, well, not long ago about Paul Pogba's injury. So that is a very, very good shame, because we know Pogba, who scored 7 goals last season, he hit form last season, towards the end of last season, because we got him for £8 million last summer as a record fee. But at the start of this season, he's performed very, very well. He scored a couple of goals, provided a few assists as Paul Pogba. And, Jose Mourinho, he's not satisfied, neither is his staff, regarding Paul Pogba, that he's blatantly, gone against the club's advice. And Jose Mourinho's not happy. The staff are not happy due to that he's ignored the medical staff as Paul Pogba. Nuncle Castles has actually reported and confirmed that he's with a personal trainer, and he's doing private training sessions. Is Paul Mourinho has actually confirmed that Paul Pogba could be out for several games, could be out for over a month, which is, I think he said it's about 6 weeks. Paul Pogba could be out. Was the captain against Basel on Tuesday, as I did forget to mention as well, was Paul Pogba. He's one of our, he suffered a similar injury last season when I think Paul Pogba was ruled out for 3 games. But it is a shame. It is a shame. He suffered a hamstring injury, and he could be out for over a month. Jose Mourinho has clarified he could be out for several games. What? No. All right. Right, so it's just confirmed. City have beat Watford 6-0. But I was saying about Paul Pogba, as I do keep mentioning, yes, he's one of our most creative, essential players, is Paul Pogba. And, without him in the middle of the park, it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see how it affects us in the middle of the park. But these 2 players that can take his spot. You got Herrera, you got Fellaini, who played well Tuesday, as I do keep mentioning. You got Pogba, Herrera, Matic there as well. So I think Jose Mourinho may rotate the squad a bit differently now, rotate the squad a bit differently now that Pogba's out. He may put Herrera, Matic and Fellaini in mid. He may still stick with the 2. He may still stick with the 4-2-3-1 formation. But it is a disappointment that Paul Pogba is currently out. It is a disappointment. It is a disappointment, but he could be out for 6 weeks, and this is basically what has been mentioned. So yeah, guys, that's everything today. This is just really about Real Madrid are interested in Alexis Sanchez, and what he reported. Florentino Perez has clarified that he's in talks with Sanchez's representatives, maybe to try and get a deal over the line in January for the player when he is free to discuss with other teams, is Alexis Sanchez. So anyway, guys, that is everything today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. Subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.